funny. I think I find it in the NHL, especially because there's such an emphasis on rest now, and the amount of practice time they get is so limited. And of course, in the time that they're on the ice is also very limited. And that's one of the things that's come up in conversation with coaches at that level. It's like, how do we kind of still create that sense of urgency and competitiveness when often we're just getting on the ice for these, limited amounts of time, and we're just trying to like do a quick walkthrough of our neutral zone forecheck and get off. But we still want to reinforce those good habits because they recognize how it's like.
Yeah,
It's so
like
simple, right? It's like whatever you practice, what you get.
and if you want to use ice time for walkthroughs, that's what I'm like. Me personally, I've never understood. Like you can do those walkthroughs off ice because still it's not a game like situation on the ice. If you're doing a walk like you're doing like a 5-0 like walkthrough of something, not a game speed thing. Like why would you waste
Sure.
ice time for that? So you can do it outside, like a floorball or something. Uh, and when
Would
you
you
go,
say that at the younger levels too? Like when you're consulting with younger or coaches at
yeah,
younger levels, is that the same advice? Like, don't waste ice time on
yeah,
just
especially with
yeah.
the younger kids, like and like don't work on that. Like if you want to get the players better, like work on individual skills, like their understanding of the game, um, playing situational roles. Like what are the things that you're going to do with the puck when you're offense? What are the things that you have to do when you're on offense without the puck? And then what are the skills when you're defending the puck carrier or defending somebody without the puck, and how you can make practices and drills so that the switch between those roles becomes faster and faster and faster with the players, because that's game that's an innovation sport. Like
Yeah.
how fast those roles are switching, how you understand, how you anticipate, and because great players, they can work inside the chaos, but they really have to understand like what are the basic principles of all sports and innovation sports, give and goes, um, doing screens, how fast are you switching from offense to defense, is your 5-man group faster than the other one, like really understanding what's going to happen, because that's the game, right? So now we're doing walkthroughs. That's not going to make anybody faster. That's just a one scheme in your head. And if it doesn't happen the right way or the exact way in a game, some players might be lost because they don't recognize
Great
the pattern.
point. Yeah.
They don't recognize the pattern. It might take 1 or 2 seconds to, okay, oh, this is it. Oh, this is the thing that we practiced. So how you kind of, yeah,
Well, so you just mentioned something that, teach players, offense away from the puck. So this came up. We did this Hockey Factory series, and one of the clubs we profiled, a bunch of different clubs around the world, and one of the clubs we profiled was Jokerit. And
actually,
it
the
came,
Jokerit is one of the clubs that I work. So I'm responsible for Jokerit right now as a regional coach. I've been for 10 years. So I've been working with Jokerit.
no kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is perfect because, and just like full transparency. So my little guy just turned 4, so he just started playing hockey, and so I've gotten involved in coaching here. And I, admittedly, I'm like, I don't have a lot of experience with kids this age, and it's apples and oranges, to working with
Yeah.
teenagers or young men. And so I'm listening intently to this Hockey Factors because I'm trying to pull ideas for my own program I'm trying to develop. And so Jokerit mentions that you know they sort of go in a 4-year cycle, offense with puck, and then the next year the focus is defense with puck. But then it switches to the third year is offense without the puck, and then the fourth year defense without the puck. And I've been trying to rack my brain. I'm like, how would you teach? And these are younger kids. How would you teach a group of initiation level players offense without a puck? And I didn't come up with a lot. Like I think it's really interesting how you would teach that. So I'll
Think about
throw
it.
it to you.
Yeah. We got what we use a lot of times, uh, not everybody, but we um, like to use is golden rules on offense and defense when it comes
Nice.
to little kids. and it's something that is really clear as a language. Like the first rule in golden rules when it comes to offense is like when you get the puck, everybody goes on offense. Okay, so that
Yeah.
for a smaller kid is already understandable. So somebody gets the puck. Okay, now everybody goes to
We're all a
offense.
part of it. Yeah.
So now you're actually coaching offense without the puck because you're coaching that reaction from, oh, we got the puck. Now I'm just going somewhere. Get them going somewhere. It doesn't matter even what direction, but if something happens and you you have smaller games where you get the kids under like now you get the puck. What goes? Where do we want to go? We're gonna go that way. Good. So that's where it starts. So you get a reaction of something happening. Everybody goes on offense. So that's kind of like the step one, and then you start talking about okay, puck is faster than the puck carrier. That's understandable for kids. Like
Yeah.
how you can demonstrate, try to skate there, how fast the puck is there, so everybody kind of understands that. So what that does mean. So now, if the puck is faster, how can we use that in a game? Smaller kids they can understand. Like my daughter, who's 8, like she can answer like, okay, well, maybe I have to skate that way. So I'm already there. So I need the puck to come to me, right? So they start understanding the kind of like the basics principles in innovation sports. So that's how we kind of go about it. So it's not something that you have to do it this way, you have to stand here, you have to do this. It's more of principles and goals within the offensive game when your team has the puck. So
Man, so I'm going to be picking your brain a lot over the next couple of years, trying to get a better understanding of that.
yeah,
But
I can send you the 10 golden rules for offense and defense.
is that a real thing?
Yeah, it is. We got a list. We actually did a couple of weeks ago because our level one um, is we changed a lot of things. So we got a bunch of stuff online at the moment. And one of the things that we just did online is our like teaching the game basics. Kind of, I don't know if it's translated the right way, but what we go through is the golden rules for offense, golden rules for defense, and we got clips of what it looks like in a game, like in a 5-on-5 game, even for older kids. Like this is how the golden rule applies even for U16 national team game.
So this is what I'm talking about. This is what I mean. It's so simple, but this is where I'm so impressed that like Finland has it figured out. Like what you're describing. I mean, you're not with all due respect, Pyry, you're not building rocket ships and landing them on the moon.
No,
You're identifying some golden rules. You're taking some video clips, and then you're communicating that out to
yeah,
your hockey population, and that makes it really easy for them to all get aligned. And I would say that there's a lesson here that if you're listening and you're whether you're the coach of a junior hockey program where you've got a coaching staff of 3, or whether you're the head of a minor hockey association, you've got 50 coaches on staff. Anybody can do this. It just you just got to do it. But anybody can do it, and obviously there's a real power that comes with development. Because would you say that at the end of the day, sometimes alignment is equally as important as what's being taught, in the sense that if you can get everybody on the same page, that's better than having people on 10 different pages, even though I'm not saying any of those things they're working on are wrong necessarily, but from a player's perspective, coming up in an environment where everything's aligned, the language is consistent, we just create efficiencies in learning.
because when the language is same, everybody understands it. The player path is uh, intact. Like there's steps, and it's somebody's really thinking about what are the steps towards being a pro at some point, maybe.
Yeah.
But that's why we want the kids to stay in the same club. The club work in Finland is good. The clubs are thinking about uh, what are the things that we want to teach the kids when they're in hockey school, in Lion Hockey School.
One of the most important things to anyone, especially competitive athletes, is feedback. No one wants to hear a great game all the time. They want to know why they played well or why they didn't. And Power Player is a very good platform for this because it encapsulates many of the areas of the performance spectrum. Now, a player might have gone pointless in a game, but a coach can watch that player's shifts and then say to that player, hey, you scored 4 goals, you were on the ice for 3, and you made a really good play that helped us get into a scoring situation, and that is really important for our team. A player who played hard and smart in a game might not show up on the scoreboard, but the analytics folks might think he was the best player in that game, and we need to make sure that we can assess those areas of a player's game and provide that feedback to him or her. Practice is also an area where coaches can generate a lot of dialogue with players. How you practice is how you play, and many good youth hockey coaches have found a way to film practice, review it, and give feedback regarding work ethic, execution, and compete level. Power Player has metrics for all of this, as well as a great area for using video, which to me is the best teaching tool we have and which I utilized a ton on this platform. Power Player allows coaches to reach a greater number of players on a larger number of topics in a way that today's young athlete needs and understands.